Hi, everybody. Well, here we are on our first Tuesday evening when we're trying out this new format where I will prepare content for you to use during the evening and see how that moves us along. And thank you again for supporting me in this last week and for helping to move this forward. That's really encouraging. I will come out to the meeting tonight in addition to doing this because I want to see how the technology works at your end and to see if there's anything we need to do to adjust how we do the meetings to make it work better. So I'll be there with you, but we'll do this technology and the viewing together tonight to make sure everything's working properly. So Miranda, hi to you, and sitting beside you is probably Carol. Everybody sits in the same places usually, right? And then, of course, Lewis sitting there beside Carol, and then Douglas sitting in the big comfortable chair, and Kathy might be there. So Kathy, if you're there, hi. Steve, of course, will arrive a bit later, but so he may not be there just yet, but he'll show up. And if anybody else is there, welcome. This is our first evening with this new format to see how it works, to develop it in a way that is most helpful for you and for all of us in moving this teaching forward. I don't think of myself as just moving this teaching forward and expanding it and making it available to other people. I don't think of myself doing that all alone. I think of all of you as being a key part of that. And so I really do appreciate your desire and willingness to help move this forward. So what did we do so far? What have we discussed doing? Well, we've talked about the idea of continuing to do the cards, as you normally do. Pull a card out of the little Course in Miracles box and discuss it as you normally would. At the end of the reading of a card, if anybody wishes to make comment on it, like I normally would, feel free to say anything. If you have any question, if you don't understand something, or if you do and you want to add something to it, do that. If not, then just keep going around the circle. As you'll notice, I haven't always commented on every card. Quite often. Initially, I did more so, but then as the months went by, there are some cards we just let go, and without having to say anything, because we all get it. But if somebody new is there, who's never been there before, you might feel that something needs to be said, and it'll be your inner guidance that will tell you to do it. You don't automatically feel like, well, you have to comment on every card. If somebody's there and you just sense something needs to be said on this card, then you do. And that's the way I say something or don't say something on reading those cards. Then you're going to read something from the text. And the text is, for tonight, is page 40 at the back of the book, the Manual for Teachers. It is, how should a teacher of God spend his day? Now, I know we've talked about this topic before, but now that we're going into this new way of doing things on Tuesday nights, it's really good to reread this chapter from time to time because it reminds us of how our day should go. So this is a really good one for you to discuss amongst yourselves as to how your day normally goes. And you'll be able to see how your day goes compared to what the Course suggests that it should be like. So that's page 40 in the Manual for Teachers. How should the teacher of God spend their day? And of course, you can also discuss what is a teacher of God? What is it that gives them that definition? The other thing we talked about is this buddy system. I suggest we start that tonight, right away. And you take a little card. I think what we could do here, Miranda, is maybe get a little slip of paper for each person, just a like business card type of size, with each person putting their name on it, and put all those names in a hat or a box or something, and you draw a name. That's your buddy for the week, not for the month, just for the week. The idea is whatever name you pull, you need to contact that person and they need to be in touch with you in order to ask each other, how's your day going? How's everything going for you? And just having a normal telephone conversation like you would with anybody that is on this same path of higher understanding as you, just to talk about how things are going and allow that conversation to unfold in whatever way it needs to. That's allowing your higher self just to be there for the other person. In that conversation, you're going to be both the teacher and the student. The other person might say something that they're not even aware that it's for you, but you know. And you might say, wow, thank you for that. I think I needed to hear that. So there are times when you're the student, and there are times when the other person is a student, so that teacher role thing goes back and forth. And at the end of the conversation, whether it's simply 5 minutes and it's run out of steam, or whether it goes on for half an hour, whatever it is for the two of you is what it is. If you wake up the next day and you think, I really should call that person back. I just have this thing about, I just feel like I'm supposed to call them back and I don't know why. Follow through on that. They'll understand. Just say, look, I don't know why. I'm just calling you back because I just am. Feels like I should call you back. Is everything okay? And if they just say, yeah, everything's okay, just say, okay, I'm just checking in with you. Chat for a couple of minutes and let it go. And that's the way your week would go. You might be limited to that one conversation, but you might call each other back on some other day during that week just to say hi. And that's your buddy for that week. And then the next week, you repeat the same thing and draw names out of a hat so that you then have your buddy for that week. And we'll see how that works, see how that unfolds. Okay, so here's what you do tonight. You do the cards first. You do the, or you could do the buddy system card so you don't forget it at the end of the evening. Just do it to get it done so you know who your buddy is for next week. If somebody's not there, but you know they're part of the buddy system, they want to be part of the buddy system, put their name in the hat. Like, for example, if I'm not there, Miranda, make sure my name's in there anyway, because I want to be part of that. So put my name in there too, so that I'll keep in touch with you to find out who my buddy is for that week. And if anybody else is like that, if they're not going to be there, but you know they're part of the buddy system, we'll make sure your name is in there as well so that you can maintain that. Even if you're away on a vacation, you might be willing, as long as you're within telephone reach, to be part of the buddy system. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a really good thing. So then the first thing is, let's see, you do your buddy cards, then you do the cards out of the Course in Miracles, a box. Then finally you do the content that I'm going to talk to you about on the videotape. So for tonight, it's it's page 40 in the Manual for Teachers, where you're talking about the way that you should spend your day. Extremely important, and probably should be something we review every 3 months, automatically go back to that chapter as a reminder, are we being the best we can be as teachers of God? To the point where we just know that inside and out, backwards from the front, as to what we're capable of doing and how best to meet that potential within ourselves. Okay, so go on with the evening, and I'll see you there tonight. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.